What's good, party people? This is your friendly neighbor Chad the Maverick back again with another video. Welcome to the Virgo new moon. It's a new moon stellium that's going to be going on. We have the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars all in Virgo right now. So this energy is going to be working in conjunction. Loosely, every planet is going to have its own thing with it, if so, but loosely, it's going to be opposing Neptune, trine Uranus, and trine Pluto and Saturn. So with that being said, like this Virgo stellium is going to be impacting all of the outer planets as well as Saturn. So this is a very potent time, and a lot of things are going to be worked on in the background. A lot of higher energies are going to be working their own conjunction at this time frame, and I know a lot of astrologers and a lot of people that you may watch are going to be like, oh, you need to make sure you organize, you need to make sure you do this, and like using the Virgo archetype, trying to tell you to like pretty much live that out, right? I'm actually personally going to tell you the opposite. This time frame isn't for you to try to force yourself to analyze. This time frame isn't for you to force yourself to get things together. What this is, in comparison, is like the other way around, right? So, especially because it's a stellium and it's going to be opposing Neptune, the thing is, in comparison to you trying to make, here's the best way for me to put it, right? Everything right now is being divinely organized for you. But in order for it to be organized for you and let spirit, let your universe, let your guides really move it for you, you need to relax. Like, you need to relax. You need to sit back. You need to chill. Anytime you get a chance to have some off time, you take that off time. And in comparison to you trying to push it or you trying to force it, really relax. Find that deep state. I don't know if you meditate. I don't know if you do yoga. I don't know if you do anything like that. But whatever form of self-care, it can even be you playing like a video game or something like that. But if that's like your form to relax on watching a show, if that's really your true relaxation point, this is what we're striving for right now when it comes to this Virgo stellium. The universe got your back, straight up. This is the time frame for you to allow the universe to lift you, because after this new moon cycle starts, whatever deep desire that you had intended deep within your bones, deep within your spirit, that's going to start to actually push. I said it's going to naturally start to organize. You'll know what you need to do. You'll know what you need to work towards in comparison to you trying to like stress about it right now. If you even hear me right now, like I'm so chill. Like I just woke up. I just woke up. I'm like, I'm gonna do this video, and all I did was change my shirt and get a little bit nicened up, and I was like, guess we're doing the video. That's it. That's the type of vibe, you know. You gotta let it be as it is, you know what I'm saying? So let me get into the energies of this actual time frame. Now I kind of broke the new moon down in my own Sagittarian way, but I wanted to actually kind of give this, right? So when it comes to this, right, there's a reminder right now what's going on. I'm using the Gene Key 40, which is from the book of Gene Keys by Richard Rudd. I use it as a basis for these videos just because I like the weekly energies that kind of come from this, and I get to use my own knowledge and apply it. But the thing about it, right, this is a reminder that the importance is the relaxation of life. Life wasn't designed to be as hard as anyone tries to make it. As I say, and I've said before, like life is simple. We just make it complicated, and that's just how it goes. Life wasn't meant to be this weird, you know what I mean? But let's actually get into it. So, I want to talk to you about the difference between energy and force, right? Because energy within itself, energy is vitality. Energy is the inner inertia that people have that gives them the ability to actually do things, right? Now, the thing about it is that what we learn and what we're taught is that we're supposed to, especially if you're from the US or something, we're supposed to force the issue. We're supposed to push things forward. We're supposed to fight for ourselves. We're supposed to yell. We're supposed to kick and scream. We're supposed to do all of these type of things in order to get our voices heard, right? In comparison, you're starting, when you do that, you're using your willpower to force an issue. And by the time that you do that, and by the time that you force the issue, you may even get what you want. But you getting that at that time frame, you're going to be exhausted. You're going to have already exhausted all the energy that you could have used enjoying the thing that you could have gotten had you have relaxed and just slowly went about it and just really felt into the spirit and let, you know, your love, let the world, let everything that is around you move you. We're connected in that way. Like a lot of people forget, like we're technically animals too. Animals have this natural instinct. We have this type of instinct too. We just get so caught up in the facades. We get so caught up in like everything that could be around. We get caught up in what other people want to think of us. And that's what kind of leads us away from it. That's what makes us start to use our natural energy to like force anything. We could, if we just force things, it doesn't work. The key is to like really flow within, because when you flow within, you flow without, and you don't need anything else, so you can go without. Therefore, you're just going, and then things come to you. The river flows over the rocks, over the creeks, but it still flows. It still goes. It still keeps moving, you know? Any still water, you know, it's like, this isn't water I need to be around. This isn't the right energy. Keep your river flowing. I think that's the best way for me to like kind of give an analogy. Keep your river flowing, but don't force it to flow. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Your dreams are going to happen. They're if it's in you, it's in you. Your DNA really makes it go. Like if it's in you, it'll be there for you. I think that's the biggest thing I want to nail in the head right now. Outside of that, like I said, the sheer force of will makes you lose your humanity. Like you forget how it is like to just be, right? And the thing that comes from this too is that a lot of times when people feel like they're not forcing their will, or they're not forcing the issue to like do something, they start to feel alone, right? And I want to give you a take on this loneliness factor, because especially nowadays in the world that we live in, we have this whole idea when it comes to relationships. We have this whole idea when it comes to like romance, and we're like, oh, I want to be in a relationship. Oh, I want to be in a relationship. Oh, I want someone to hold at night. Oh, I want this, that, and the third. And don't get me wrong, like I have those moments too. Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, you guys are like this. No, I'm like that too sometimes. I'm not gonna even front. But the thing about it, right, is that when we feel alone, we start to push away our own flow and other people's flow, right? It's like we need to, like, emotional isolation itself brings us away from things. However, we need to understand that like it's okay to be in this like alone state. And I'm gonna break down why in a second, but emotional isolation isn't good either. So these are the two things I want to kind of talk about. So you can't emotionally isolate yourself to the point where it's like, well, I guess I'm alone, so I'm not going to deal with anybody. I'm not going to talk to nobody. I'm not going to have no friends. I'm just going to do it myself. Lone wolf, lone wolf. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, do not get me wrong when I say this. I've had this mentality for a long time. But it's one of those things where there's a balance between trying to emotionally isolate yourself. Because you emotionally isolate yourself too much, that's when, you know, honestly, that's when diseases generally start. Diseases in life generally start when it comes to like people having a dis-ease within themselves, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not a professional. I'm not healthcare. I'm not anything else. Just take the energy from what I'm saying and like try to understand what I'm getting at. I'm not a professional when it comes to that at all. But when you follow, it's like if you get sick, usually when people get sick, they were generally like upset or their emotions were stirred in a type of way beforehand. You know, it's like a lot of stress, and that's what I'm trying to get at. But I'm gonna keep rambling about this. Of course, I start talking about health because of Virgo Stellium, but but still, you know, it's one of those things where you need to understand and know how to isolate yourself, but also be a part. And the thing is that in order to do so, you need boundaries. And now I'm going to get into, this was like kind of the shadow energy of like the time frame right now. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get into the actual gift. I hope everyone's following me right now, but you know, to each his own, I suppose. But anyway, so when it comes to this, right? Exhaustion leaves when you start to build boundaries for yourself. You start to learn how to say no, and when you learn how to say no, you find this new relaxation within yourself. Now, don't say no to everything that comes to you, but there's some things that you know is outside of your spirit, that you know is going to be outside of like your comfort zone, and not in like a growth way, just in like a, this makes me uncomfortable, I don't want to do it. It's okay to say no. It's okay to be like, nah. It's okay to just sit down and do nothing sometimes. And this right now, and it's called the Wu Wei. I know, I forgot exactly, but it's the art of doing nothing. What are you stressing yourself for? Why are you going to force yourself to try and do this? Why are you trying to force yourself to be alone? Why are you trying to force yourself to fit in? Why are you trying to force anything? Just do nothing. For the next couple of days, I have the time frame. I think it's going to go to like September 5th, this energy. Just don't do anything out of your like pocket and let the universe move, and trust me, you'll see how things change for you. It's going to be interesting. This is specific energy with this going down, right? So the thing about it, right, is that you can still do nothing and be a hard worker. And that's why it's like it's a paradox type of sound, right? But even if you want to get down to the astrology of it, right? Virgo and Pisces are opposite. Pisces understand that like they can do nothing and their dreams can come true, right? And Virgo is the hard worker, but this is the axis between it. You have to work your dream and dream your work. And that's the thing about it. This is the dream your work scenario. So it's okay to just dream and the work will kind of come for you during this time frame specifically. Because this is what builds resolve. And resolve, this is, so what I've been talking about honestly is about willpower, right? So resolve itself is when you have the willpower internal to do as you will with it, right? It's resolve is like, people think it's you forcing it and that, and it's like, no, resolve is just you holding on to that energy and letting it move itself. And I know I keep saying it, but that's really what I'm trying to get and nail on the head right here. Because the resolve is the flowering of your aloneness. Because you don't suffer from loneliness, because there's always, when you allow yourself to like understand that you can be alone and that you have this inner resolve in you, you start to flower new opportunities that allow you to meet other people, that allow you to find other people, to allow you to like bring the people that you need into your life. And I think that's what I'm really trying to get at. And I know I'm rambling, but too relaxed to care. I just hope people are getting something from this, to be honest. It's been a while since I've done one of these. So now I want to get into this main part of this, all right? And that's called the divine will. And so with the divine will that's going down right now between all of these energies is that ultimately there's no separation between humanity and divinity for real. And I know it's going to sound whatever, but I'm here to be that guy, I guess. Because I don't know, like what's the difference between us and the rest of the universe? Is there really a difference? Do we belittle ourselves? Are our heads too big? Does it even matter? Because at the end of the day, we're living this experience. We all have a heart that beats. We all have 3 cosmic organs that we work with. We work with our Mercury, which is our divine mind. We work with our Venus, which is our divine heart, and we work with our Mars, which is our divine gut, our divine solar plexus. Like, we have all of these parts that the cosmos have like within us. Like, what's so different? You know what I mean? And I think it's one of those things where it's like, this is the time frame where we have to understand that we do live by divine will. We do have like a divine purpose. Everyone does, and it's internally within them. So this is just like, relax. It's okay. Like, it's okay. Just take your time out. Let the universe whisper to you as it does. Like, let it just let you know the next things you need to do. Let you know the next moves you need to make. You stressing over it isn't going to like allow you to give it space. You need to give the universe space to give you its blessings. You know, it's not even about you trying to even forcefully manifest things. It's just let it be, let it go. And you're the star that you were always promised. I think that's what I want to end it out. Like, you're the star you were always promised. Once you recognize that being relaxed and being in this state of like peace brings everything that you want to you, you're on a whole different level. Trust. Just trust. I guess that's the best way to put it. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is my energetic ramble for the new moon in Virgo. I hope it helps, because the universe is really lining the pieces together for everyone. We just have to shut up and listen, to be honest. So thank y'all for showing up. I'm going to actually be breaking the real transits down soon with my transit weatherman. This is just like a general energy overview. Yeah, so if you like it, comment, subscribe, holla at me on the social medias, I suppose. I just fixed my website by letting the Virgo energy do what it does. So I have all my readings down in the description. Just click around, see what you like, order some readings. I have a couple readings to actually do right now. So yeah, now's a good time, especially if you're back to school or trying to really figure out yourself or anything on the lines of that. Just let me know, hit me up. We can get something going. So yeah, it's your friendly neighbor telling you to go take a nap, because you deserve it. Peace out.